Well, look at this. Crypto crash. Stocks crash. Look at this. Is your portfolio safe? Bitcoin hit 49K at one time. ETH down 20%. All red. The stock market is crashing around the globe. How are you doing in all of this? What caused this and what's going to happen next? And it's the stocks as well. This is the NASDAQ ETF QQQ. And look at this. It was open down 6% today, 6% on the opening, gapping down, and now it's bounced back a little, still down 3.5%. Who could have predicted all this? Remember, here was my prediction on Twitter and in my Discord, right? This was like 2 weeks ago. I said the NASDAQ, I'm expecting a big pullback, right? As low as 448 area. It actually panicked and shot past my target. The reason for all this was explained already in my last video and in my previous tweets, right? From like more than a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I gave the early warning in my Discord, but here's the reason for all of you guys. I said the key is to watch the US dollar Japanese exchange rate, right? Because basically the QQQ is just following, or the NASDAQ ETF is just following the US dollar exchange rate against Japan, right? All of this is because of the carry trade. The carry trade, as I've already explained in my last couple of videos, is basically because Japan's got almost zero interest rates. So a lot of big hedge funds, right, borrow money in Japanese yen, they convert it to US dollars, right, and they buy the Magnificent Seven stocks, such as Apple, Microsoft, and especially NVIDIA, right? And then when US dollar is tanking, for two reasons he's tanking. One, because Trump said he wants a weak US dollar and looks like he's going to be president. And two, most importantly, because the Japanese central bank has hiked their interest rates and the US economy is looking weak right now. When you got a weak economy, you cut interest rates. So the Fed is on their way to cutting. So therefore, it's more attractive for the money to flow back into Japan. So these big hedge funds now have to sell their Magnificent Seven stocks in a panic and convert back into the yen, right? So this was all predicted, and I gave my target on the NASDAQ as well. 2 weeks ago, I said on the NASDAQ, that's the NASDAQ ETF QQQ, would hit 448. When it was here, I said it would hit 448, right? It not only hit 448, it went past the 430s, right? Because the market is panicking right now. As I've been saying for the last 2 weeks, the most important thing to watch is actually the US dollar to Japanese yen exchange rate, right? It fell from 162 to 141, right? Which is a major crash in the US dollar against the yen. This needs to bounce. The Japanese, I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe they will, cut rates again. But this needs to bounce. Watch this carefully for the stock market and Bitcoin to bounce as well.